chips are so good, right? But they're not always the best for you. That's why today I'm gonna talk about 5 chip substitutes that will satisfy. Hey, I'm Crystal K, and I help high achievers like you more easily eat better in our modern food culture. And that is why today I'm gonna give you some healthy food swaps for chips so that you can easily eat better and still get that crunch and salty chew that you're looking for. All right, so let's talk about the 5 healthy snack alternatives for chips. First up is the salty Craving curver, which is basically going to be dry roasted, salted nuts. Nuts are a great chip replacement because they're crunchy, they're salty, they're full of body, they're satisfying, they fill you up. They're great for snacking, you can take them with you anywhere. Dry roasted salted nuts are amazing. The trick is making sure that they are dry roasted, because if they're just regular roasted, then that means they've been deep fried in vegetable or seed oils, which are gonna either go rancid while they're cooked at high heat, or they're gonna destabilize in your body, causing inflammation, which can lead to chronic inflammation, which basically leads to most of the disease we have in our modern culture. So go ahead and stick with the dry roasted nuts and go ahead and let them be salted. That's where you get that satisfying salty bite that's just like knocks you over and makes you want another one. The next chip substitute is the dippers, which is basically sliced veggies. Don't underestimate the sliced veggie. They are so versatile, satisfying, they're hydrating, they're crunchy. Or if you're looking for something with more flavor, like you need a Dorito substitute or like a ranch chip substitute, then you can dip your veggies in a healthy ranch that's made with a stable oil, like an avocado oil, like these dressings here. And if you're really looking for crunch in your veggies, then you can go ahead and slice them up how you like, put them in a jar with water, and then pop them in the fridge, and then you have them ready to go, ready to grab. Put them in the front of your fridge so it's the first thing you see, and you'll be surprised at how often you reach for them and how satisfying that crunch really is. If you're looking for something comforting, then look no further than popcorn. Yes, popcorn. It's full of carbs, so you'll get that carb fix. It won't leave you hankering after you have it. And you can make the popcorn with healthy oils. That's really why the popcorn is a good sub, because you can use your own wise oils like a avocado oil or a coconut oil, basically a high heat oil that will stay stable while you're making the popcorn. And I plan to make a video real soon on popcorn and my favorite popcorn toppings. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that now, because you're not gonna wanna miss it. It's really good popcorn and you can too. If you're looking for a snack that's pretty chip-like, then kale chips are shockingly delicious. My kids love our kale chips, and even my neighbor's kids like our kale chips, and they don't eat very similar to us. So kale chips are actually surprisingly good for most palates. So you can buy them. I'll put one right here that's actually pretty good. You can also make them, and I actually have shared 3 of my favorite kale chip recipes. I'll link to that video in the description. But kale chips are amazing, and because the base is a green leafy vegetable with healthy flavorings on top, it's a pretty good go-to as far as chips goes. That will leave you very satisfied. By the way, if you like these healthy food swaps, then you would love my free visual cheat sheet to quick food upgrades. It's literally like chock full with dairy substitutes, candy substitutes, soda substitutes, alcohol substitutes. I go through the whole thing, even general substitutes, so you just see how to think about easily upgrading your food without the stress, without the restriction. Food swaps are the best, and I made this guide to be a really easy, quick reference. So check it out, link in the description. The 5th chip substitute I have for you is for when you are craving something salty sweet. For that, you're gonna go to TRAILMIX. TRAILMIX is so great because it's full of the sweet fruit, it's got the whole nuts, it's got the proteins, the smart fats. It's just a good wholesome food, as long as you're not adding into it any crappy foods like any bready sticks, rice crackers, M&Ms, things like that. You can have dark chocolates if you want, but otherwise keep it just fruit and nuts and dark chocolate, and you'll be good to go. In fact, if you want to throw together your own trail mix, which is really, really easy, and it can be so fun because you can make it just the way you like it, then check out my fruit and nut trail mix videos, linked in the description. And here's a bonus chip substitute for you, Thriver, and that is homemade chips. Because it's not really the chip that's the problem, it's the way the chip is made that is the problem. It's the inflammatory oils that are used to make the chips. It's the additives, it's the preservatives, it's the dyes. That's what's really wrong with the chips. So when you make it at home, you can use smart oils like avocado oil or coconut oil. You can use a sea salt, which is a mineral salt and actually has some nutrients in it. It's not stripped of all that. And you can do it without preservatives and dyes by using just natural spices and whatnot around the house. And so if you want to learn how to make those, I am sharing a recipe on how to make homemade chips real soon. So again, make sure you subscribe. So that's a nice skill to have, especially if you really do like that crunch and classic chip. Then learning how to make them yourself actually could be a really great skill to learn. And if you want to know more about like the bad oils and chips on the market and stuff, and really how to choose your chips, like if you are going to buy one, then make sure you check out the video I did on how to choose your chips and whether chips are healthy or not, because that'll help you get your bearings for when you do buy your chips so that you can buy them with confidence and know that you're eating something that actually is serving you and doesn't just look healthy. All right, Thriver, was there any chip substitutes that I didn't mention that you love? Please put it in the comments below for other Thrivers to give us ideas. Let's keep this conversation going. And again, if you like this, then you would love my healthy food swap guide that is free for you. It's literally a visual cheat sheet that makes it really easy to know how to upgrade your foods without any food fuss. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, Thriver, and I hope to see you again soon.